Excellent. All right. Let me,
I literally just started streaming as you came into the party, so that was like perfect timing.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early.
You're always right on time.
No, he arrives precisely when he is needed.
Nah, always right on time. No, I'm kidding.
Have you never seen Lord of the Rings?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. I don't see the share screen.
Oh, it's not on share screen. It's on YouTube right now.
Oh.
Here,
Well, I thought you were still going to pull up the share screen on my end. I mean, I can pull up the YouTube thing. That works too.
I think it's... You should be able to see it after that. I got a picture of Bakugo from My Hero Academia. I didn't know I could broadcast it twice, be on YouTube and send you the share screen.
Alright, there we go. I'm here.
You get it. Alright. New game. Don't know what the freak I'm getting into here, but alright, let's do it. The end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee.
Yeah, I'm just backseating. I've played this game a lot, and this is... I convinced him to play this game because it was free. So, I'm just here if he's lost or confused. So don't mind me.
On his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
This looks
oh
boring.
god, it's my nightmare.
This is literally my nightmare as well.
Every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
I would blow my brains out, I'm not gonna lie.
Was happy.
How? How are you happy, bro?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would
It'll all
forever
make
change
sense.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one
That'd be
showed
agony.
up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
No. What if I don't want to step out of my office? There's a coffee cup here. Can I...
Alright, congratulations, you're in the game now. Basically all you can do is move around and click to interact with things.
I don't want to leave my office. This seems concerning. It's like he got up and left his office before I ever even moved. No, I didn't. I was sitting in my chair.
It'll make sense. Just trust me.
Okay, if all I do is click buttons on a computer, why the fuck do I need papers or a pencil sharpener?
Just in case you forget, like if you gotta pee or something.
Okay. Oh my god, and it's actually accurate to the time that I put in. Okay.
All of his co-workers
Jesus
were gone.
frickin'.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You did, bro. That's why you have the cup. Something... Oh, I hate Mondays. Same. My work schedule is my school schedule. When I was in high school, Monday through Friday, baby. Oh, this guy was a dad. He probably sucked. Anyways.
At least you're used to it.
Yeah. I like work. I just hate my boss. Which one? Which one are we talking? I'm about to become the boss for several people. Oh, God. I don't like this. I feel like I'm gonna, like, have some random horror monster show up and eat me or something. Why does everybody have this Who Farted cup? Is it just, like, an inside joke that I don't get? Let's go to a meeting room. I'm assuming this door? No. Okay. No. Oh, no, it's just the open door, because I'm an idiot. Why do you guys have chairs and a broken fax machine over there? But your coffee's on the ground. This is the back rooms. Oh my God!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't.
This was not the direct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
So
Perhaps
what?
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't want to go to the employee lounge. I just want to do what I want to do, not have you tell me what I want to do.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is a really pretty
Stanley simply
room.
stood here, drinking it all in.
No, I didn't. Fuck you. I'm walking out the door now.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on my left? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to take this front door. Fuck you, buddy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Cool. I don't care, buddy. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift $1,000. I can handle it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Pretty high up.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who fucks her?
This is it, Stanley.
Jesus
your
Christ.
chance to redeem yourself.
Who is her indeed?
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Drugs? Cocaine? I don't like how I can't see anything through this door. Can I go back? Can I go back to the door that you told me to go through? I don't like this anymore.
Nah, you made your decision, bro.
Oh my God. No.
So, Stanley.
No.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No! Every woman in my life has hurt me! No! Women are mean to me! What if I just sit here and let it ring? I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, this is a real good stream, watching you stare at a ringing phone.
Yep. Let's see if it lets me just sit here and wait till it stops ringing. Usually a phone rings 7 to 10 times before it hangs up. I lost count.
Yeah.
I think it's like 5.
I'm pretty sure it just keeps ringing.
Alright, woman. If you rip my heart to shreds and make me eat it afterwards, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm trying to pick up the phone, damn it! Let me do it!
Yeah, get closer.
What? How much closer can I get? Do you have to come to the back of the phone? Like...
Oh wait, is click not the interact button? Maybe it's spacebar, I don't remember.
I'm on controller.
Oh. Well, that's one of the buttons.
Left trigger and left bumper. Oh, Jesus Christ. I found the button.
Well, you can crouch.
Yay! Well, not
Stanley,
anymore.
is that you?
Whoa!
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
You sound too oh my God!
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I knew it. All women are freaking deceivers.
She's not even real, dude.
Disclaimer, not all women.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
You're being a bastard. That's what's really going on here. Fuck you, buddy. Oh my god.
This is a very
deserve to die.
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
The death? Fuck.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
If I don't want to. Teabag. Teabag on your ass. Fuck you. You know what? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bitch.
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Yeah, you
doing
twerk
exactly
on that
what
mannequin.
he's told to do.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now
Oh, yeah.
he's
I got
coming
2
back
crouch
to
buttons,
work.
baby.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that
One
he's
for each
chosen his
cheek.
life.
Hell yeah. Make those cheeks bounce. I don't want to press those buttons.
But in his mind,
I'm busy pushing
in
these
his
buttons.
mind, he can go on
Yeah.
fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
No, he doesn't.
Fantastic discoveries.
He
of
likes
new
his
lands. It was wonderful. And each day
fucking
that he returned
pearl
to work
white
was a
house
reminder
with
that none of
his-
it would ever happen to him.
Sex doll. I don't know.
And so he began to
You
fantasize
motherfucking
about his
what?
own job. First, he
Oh, you
imagined
just
that
noticed?
one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone
Why is my
in the
TV
building
gone and
had
now it's just
suddenly
filing
vanished
machine?
off the face of the
Oh,
earth.
it's because it's a
The
fucking
thought
office.
excited
It's
him
literally my
terribly.
office. It's just my mind making it believe that I'm in a house. That's what this is, isn't it?
It's
The
the narrator
boys, I
fucking-
got
He
to.
went further. He
It's the
imagined that he
narrator
came to
fucking
2
with you
open
because you
doors
went against
and
the
that he could
narrative.
go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
My house.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Why can't
Down
I
another
leave?
was a yellow
Fuck
line
you,
that weaved
buddy.
in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I don't have kids. You already fucking pulled the cruel joke at this little white bitch being my woman.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Are the filing
But there is
cabinets
no
your children?
answer. How could there possibly be? In
I
reality,
found
all
my
he's doing is
office.
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets.
Around the
more
world,
he forgets which
around
life
the
is the real
world.
one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer.
I don't
That as
wanna be an
long as he
observer.
remains here,
I am
he's slowly
hot.
killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
I don't want to
Here,
be an
watch
observer.
this.
I must
Stand
be
up.
observed.
The next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. You said don't press the button. What the fuck, bro? I'm not pressing the button. Screw you, buddy. You told me not to. I'm not doing it.
Well, he said don't press the button if you want to stay here, basically.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
No, he told me not to
Tell him
press
in
the
a way that he'll
button.
understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Like I said, it's been a hot minute since I played this game. I've forgotten a lot.
I don't want to press X to question nothing. I want to question everything. No, I'm not pressing another button. I'm just going to set my controller down. I'm not pressing this button. My controller's out of my hands. If I had a camera, I would show you. My controller is out of my hands. I'm not touching this button. I question everything. Everything demands a question because people lie. The only real part of life is the experiences that you have. The internet lies to you. The media lies to you. People lie to you. Everything lies to you. The only thing that can't lie to you is you. Your eyes even lie to you. Your nose lies to you. Gotta go with that gut feeling, because your gut will not lie.
Okay, but here's the thing about this game, is that your questions will be answered because there are multiple endings to this game. And
It says press X to question nothing, and I'm not gonna question nothing.
You're near the end of one of the many different endings.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, then.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Okay.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley
Please die?
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
What?
And I tried.
Huh? Okay. I guess that was an ending?
Yep, that was the first one. So now you gotta find another one.
Yay. I'm not gonna do what it tells me to do.
What could it mean?
I'm not going through the door.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna take the detour to the room, and then I'm gonna make the correct choice later.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
speed run this shit.
Wow. Yes. This room.
Shut the fuck up.
Back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Whoa! I didn't know I could actually do that. That's cool.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further.
Don't mind me while I munch on some
popcorn. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go
up. There is no up button.
It's left.
I can still teabag. Fuck you, bitch. Anyways.
Oh, no, it's to the right, man.
Motherfucker, I was trying to go that way anyway.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely...
Man, if you close that door, man, I swear to God. Why is that truck on? I feel like I'm going to get hit by a truck. Fuck you. If I'm going out teabagging. Oh, we're good. Okay. Down the stairs. What the fuck? I was employee number what? 427.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And
no.
Time, suppose we don't wander so far off track.
No.
Okay. From the top.
No. Fuck. God damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So there's a strict storyline that I'm supposed to do, and I've just been finding all of the side endings.
There are multiple different side endings that where if you diverge from the path that he wants you to go down at various different points.
Oh, it wasn't an end!
Completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
I
Did you
remembered.
change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Exactly.
Right here just a minute ago.
Mother
I know
fricker.
for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay,
I don't know where
then.
these rooms are.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh.
Let's find the story.
You guys the most indecisive person in the planet to do this shit. Move the chairs. I want to go through this door. Jump. Crawl. Spam. Fucking damn it. I'll go this way. Yeah. Okay, I'm going this way, I guess. Sure, I'll go outside.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Cool.
Do we need to restart the game again? I
No.
find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
Shut
Okay,
up.
let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! God damn it, bro. I just had a
All
memory
his
of the...
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Cool. Hey, we're back. Oh, God. Now there's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be
Yeah.
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Open the door, bitch.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
This was not here before. It's dark. I don't like this. I fucked up the
Wait,
game.
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way.
I
and
fucked it up.
retrace our
I should have just
steps.
listened. Oh my God. Hello, Call of Duty.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
Looks like a samurai film in here.
Do you remember, Stanley?
This looks
Well,
like
do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten
the
what we were supposed to
1950s.
be doing, how about
darkness
this?
in the background of
You
somebody's.
win.
Hey!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it
Thank
really
you.
paid off. So, good job.
Yay.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
I don't care.
We both know
I
you
won.
didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Fuck
Some
you.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
If I have to.
All right,
Oh my
I've got a
God.
solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I'm really tempted to not follow the line.
Sure.
Oh, God. I'm going to have the option to not follow the line, too, aren't I? Yeah, I could go straight this time. He won't know if I do it quietly. You won't know if I'm crouching.
No, I'm down. We're living it up to the line from now on.
There's
Oh,
no
I
doors.
have to go back to the line, bro. He wasn't supposed to know I was crouching. I'm not following this stupid line any longer than I have to.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, Is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Are you confused?
Okay. This music is really loud.
And copyright free.
It's what?
And copyright free.
Yay. Why do we have to talk this? Why the... What the... fuck? I'm just gonna... How do I get on the ceiling? Somebody falls behind. Your story went off the rails a little bit here. I think you're a bit nutty.
He's just exploring the space.
I feel like there's secrets I can find in this game.
There definitely are, but you gotta progress through the game a little bit more and find certain endings. You know what I mean? Teabagging the printer apparently does nothing.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Smells like grandma's piss.
Heroin. I'm just so glad that music fucking stopped. My head hurts so bad. Whoa.
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
The line has a thought of its own? Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Said the fern was important.
You said it'd be important later.
Oh my god. Not this again. Nope. I'll figure another way. I don't give a fuck. They're gonna make me restart all my goddamn progress again. Alright.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted
This is just a game where you're going to have
to
go through the game over and over again just to get to a certain point.
Restart.
Bro!
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the Adventure Line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
How about that one where I go back to my desk and sit down and do my actual fucking job?
Why would you want to do that?
Now,
because money.
This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
I'm not doing this shit. It's gonna make me walk in a fucking circle for ages, bro.
I'm ready for it.
Finally. We're gonna go right back to the office, aren't we?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge the line? Oh, it went to the ceiling. Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
No.
From here, the story is in our control.
How
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door
See, this is why I think you would be great for Mass Effect, because it's all about making decisions.
There must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
That's not the right door. I can already tell it. The confusion ending. I don't want that. Go open the door on the left.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So...
Chair.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
Pretty sure you're in the destination,
well,
buddy.
In the meantime, if you...
What the fuck? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Narrator
mean?
forgot.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley
your thoughts and opinions on this game so far?
He entered the door on his left.
It's okay. Hurts my brain sometimes.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered
This doesn't make
he began
logical
to make
sense.
other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
It was all a dream.
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
That's
and while he thought
such
it all very
a
odd,
trippy
and wondered
sentence.
if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Let me die.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me
Except it
wake
wasn't
up,
real.
he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
I don't have one of those.
There's no
job.
place like home.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
That's a lie I tell myself every day. And I'm still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be
Why
real. I
is
must
my
be. Can anyone
screen
hear my
red?
voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
It even told me it was gonna happen, bro. And it's a
This is
restart.
the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on
That's
this
Stanley,
particular
isn't
day,
it?
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Bullshit.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Sweet.
Yeah, you got the psychopath, and well, not the psychopath, but you got the crazy guy death.
Yay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
You know
go to
what?
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
I'm just
a
gonna do
memo.
exactly what he says this time.
Okay.
See what that does.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
It's
And
all
so the
simulation.
boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
It was behind the desk. A pin. Oh, 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This is where I'm supposed to find the control room, right? Where did
Yes.
the passageway show up? There it is. Hey, I remember this vaguely.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Sorry, I was eating pizza. Jesus Christ.
As you do.
Yellow.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Whoa.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh. That's great. You know how I said I was gonna follow everything you told me to do?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I'm leaving.
I knew it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Better than being mind controlled by the government, bitch.
The door behind him was not shut.
Sovereign
Stanley still
citizen.
had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
You can get back on track of these nuts, bitch.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
You're
and
right.
willingly confront his death.
I have the option to turn back. Now I'm really tempted to turn backwards. I'm going back. Fuck that door. I'll be mind controlled. That looked terrifying.
You'd rather be mind controlled than face your death?
You right. You right. Fuck the CIA. I mean, if my agent's listening to this, I love you, bro. Kill me! Oh, I'm falling down a vent. Splat. How the fuck am I alive?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
You right.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye. Fuck your mind control, son of a bitch.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What the
fuck? In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Yeah, so why isn't it happening? What the fuck? I'm free!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't want to.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment
So this is the
this is the only happy ending I've gotten.
Well, yeah, it's a happy ending, but this is kind of just like the concept area, you know.
I can turn them off. Wait, can I press the buttons? You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Hold up. Hold on. I got a gold trophy for spamming the jump button. I don't want to go over there. I'm going to go over here. Ooh, it's pretty over here. The boss's office. The underground.
Then he pushed the number 4. Stanley stood on the snow.
Kevin Brighting. Oh, this is like the credits. Okay.
Yeah.
I found the good ending. No, the other one's gonna be me dying horribly from some horrendous monster. Oh, freedom ending. Oh, that's an ending I haven't gotten yet.
Alright, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette real quick, but I'll just keep bugging you in chat.
Okay. What the fuck? I should have pressed the button when I had a chance, damn it. Clicky. Oh. Ooh, can I switch these? Oh, I can straight up just hit begin the game again? That's some cool stuff right there. Alright, let's go to the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What about it? Isn't that what everybody wants in life? To be free? Be free to make their own choices? To be free to do what they want to do? It's why children rebel against their parents. It's why parents are so hell-bent on controlling their kids. It's because they want freedom. They want to be able to do what they want to do.
Can you see?
Right?
Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be
How
seen.
can I see I'm legally blind? Wow.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Okay. Like that? I guess I got a different ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't think I did it
Stanley
right, though.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yo, Marco, if you're watching this, can you tell me if I did that right? Because,
When Stanley
Doesn't
came to a
seem
set
like
of
I
two
did.
open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
It was more a
Stanley decided to go
philosophical
up to
ending.
his boss's office.
The
Coming
only
to a
way to beat
staircase,
the game is by
Stanley
not
walked
playing it.
upstairs to
You
his
just would
boss's
have been
office.
crushed at the end.
oh, makes more sense, I guess.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No, I didn't.
That kind
Fuck
of
you, buddy.
anxiety isn't healthy.
Shut
so
up.
He relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Oh my god!
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. Pew! Ow. Freaking zippers in my jacket and scratching my back.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I wonder what he'd say if I went there and then turned around and came back. Hold up. Let's see what goes on.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Uh-huh.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Okay. Now let's see what he says.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope. Still on board with death?
You didn't say anything. Okay. Am I in the center of the monitor room now? Instead of on top of it?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
I'm
with
usually up
television
there.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Oh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Fuck them all.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Cool. Sounds like every corporation I've ever worked for.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yes, yours,
he
you
was happy
idiot.
with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
No, I'm just blind in life right now because I can't see anything.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What if I just let it happen? Yeah, there's a button here that says turn it on. I won't turn it on. It won't let me turn it on. It says on. That's so mean. Why would I have an on button and not let me touch it? Oh, I thought this was like toxic sludge or something. I don't know. Hi. Something tells me I can turn this stuff on instead of going in there and turning it off. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Hello, Marco. I heard your mic turn on. I want to hit the big red button. 5.
There's something you gotta do in here, I don't remember.
Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Oh, it's like a giant computer screen, but a wall.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the
Like
controls,
that one scene
did
in
you?
The Incredibles.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that
Power,
what you
baby!
want? Control?
Power!
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Yes!
How long until detonation then? let's say,
now.
2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame.
What do you mean it's my time to shine? I win. I nuke this place.
Exactly.
The bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
There's a puzzle here.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Do it.
Choice.
Where's 4?
Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to
I
me.
found 5. Where's 4?
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life until the moment
I can't find 4. What did I do? Did it just explode? Did I fail? I'm gonna try that shit again. I think I can stop it. I just have to find number 4.
What could it mean?
I'm pretty sure that there's no way to solve that. I think that's just how it ends.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh yeah, so this is the expanded edition content.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As
There's still a bunch of other
was a video game released
side
in
mission,
on
endings
home
and shit in the base game, but this stuff's cool too.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
This Disney ride
sounds
sucks.
Delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning
gonna
of
drop
a
me instead of flying.
mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I have a feeling the narrator's just a dick.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Well, you've done nothing but go
tedious.
against the
It's as
narrative
if
the whole time you've played so far.
Okay, let's see the
Well, he
content.
killed
Give me
him.
the content, Stanley.
He killed my... No. Go back down, please.
No, trust me, you're fine.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump! Ah! Yes. Freedom. I like 7.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I can't. My brain is gonna make me lose my mind if I don't use all of them.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Shut
It's
up,
just
murderer.
Elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Yes.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
I've read part
I
of
could
it.
count
Shut
to
up.
30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something
I
else.
dog on the
Let's
game
see
before
it.
you ever finished
I'm ready
it,
for
bro.
whatever it is.
Yes!
That's it? Oh, you've got
Yes,
to
that
be kidding me. You
was
see,
so
Stanley?
worth
This is what
it.
happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Test trophy.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Bro, I said no. Wait, I mean, I'm gonna go with no. Can I close this door? It's to my back. Does that mean it's gonna close now? Fuck.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
No. Mug. Fine. What's in the vent other than my inevitable death? As the great Deadpool once said, maximum effort. And an old wise man, so wise and full of life. Bitch!
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just
Elder Scrolls?
our little secret. Take a look.
Am I about to fight an Elden Ring boss? Where's my gear? Alright.
I call
it's
the
pretty!
Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
It's a phone. I wonder.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port?
Shut up, bro!
Back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh,
Everything's set to 2013.
Yeah.
Oh, look, $1. That's what everybody needs nowadays. If I take a picture of that and print it. I mean, don't do that, kids. That's bad, and it will get you in a lot of trouble.
So don't get caught.
Bruh. Smile because it happened. Yeah. Oh, I want to sit on the bench.
and over here
These
is where I
camp
keep
here?
reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk.
Oh, you Gen Z and your
Our
trauma
elevator
dumping. I mean, sorry, that's a copyrighted quote from Deadpool 3 there. All credit to Deadpool 3.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Pretty sure
It didn't
9
need
out of
anything
10
else.
isn't
It didn't
perfect.
need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Sounds like an angry demon.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Open the
Surely
door.
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Hey, I was trying to read that.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Okay.
Up your ass is where you stick them.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
What about you, Marco? How did you feel about the original Stanley Parable?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Like I said, it was just like, well, when this game came out, I was like, well, this is different. It's not like fucking Game of the Year or anything, but I thought it was neat, you know?
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I doubt it, but alright. You'll probably get offended the moment I press the button, as any normal person would.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you with just the push of a button... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a faultless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works.
Having this button in front of me is tempting.
I know.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Oh my God!
It's not endurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Exactly!
Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How... Stanley! Stanley!
You'll figure it out.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here
Then
all
stop
that time.
talking.
Here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground.
I know I'd be doing the same thing.
One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared.
Okay, you're droning. Shut up.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
Hey, there's no stairs here anymore.
Begun to subside. What took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
Okay. You done? Oh, he left me. Okay.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
Still bitching about the reviews.
Us.
Are you kidding me? It's been years.
Little thumbs down review and make all of their...
Shut up. Hey, I'm awake. You want to talk and bitch and moan again? Okay.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never.
You trying to brainwash me? Hamburger, cheeseburger, big mega whopper.
Is never the end, is never the.
Same as it ever was, same as it ever was, same as it ever was, same as it ever was.
All I hear is hamburger, cheeseburger, big mega whopper. Oh, that's not good. I can see clearly now. I'm not gonna finish that song in case it's a copyrighted song. Like, it's gonna be more opened. Oh, it's pretty. Pretty the narrator's voice. I mean, sorry narrator, I love you. Sometimes. What the frick? Oh, the building collapsed on top. Where's the narrator when I need him?
He can explain what happened.
Yo, narrator, you dead? I know you murdered everybody else in my compound, but still, you die too? Oh, freedom. Nuclear warfare, question mark? I'm going to hit the skip button again.
Pretty sure the skip button's broken.
Nuh-uh. Run! Run away! from his relentless droning. That's it. I just over like 20 years just walk out into the desert after war. Okay, I'll follow the parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Well,
decided
obviously
to
it
go
wasn't
to the
20
meeting room.
years.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why not?
I'll follow what it says.
Yet there was not a single person here
Real.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Okay. Fuck you too, then. I wanted to type in buttons. So do I have to press off this time?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
Yes.
door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or I can press on again to see how he reacts this time, since I've already done it.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it just plays out
The
the
lights
same.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life.
Where's the
Their
skip
true
button?
nature revealed.
That.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
Can you
life.
imagine if a
For
corporation
he
was
would
just
dismantle
harvesting
the
all of your
controls
data
once and
24/7?
for all.
Facebook? I mean, we can't say those kinds of controversial things on YouTube. Did I find 4 already? Oh, it's because 4 doesn't exist. It's 1, 2, 3, and 5. There's no 4.
Oh, so they took out a 4 just to fuck with you.
Yeah, because there's 3. Yeah, they messed with me. It's like getting 3 sheep and labeling them 1, 2, and 4 and watching everybody look for the 3rd sheep.
Yeah, exactly.
And when at last he found...
Alright, so remember, you gotta hit off this time.
Oops, I hit on. I mean...
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
You
How
killed
had
him.
he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
This isn't
or
real.
how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
This isn't
It was
real.
perhaps the only thing worth
It's very
knowing.
Truman Show-esque.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
That's a picture on the wall. This isn't real.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Then I woke up in my office. Oh well, I beat it.
Yay! You got the good ending. You found freedom and free will by doing exactly what the narrator told you to do.
Yay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Hey,
Stanley
if
decided
you got
to go
time
to the
for
meeting
one
room.
more
Perhaps
ending
he had
real
simply
quick,
missed a memo.
I can show you real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so, so you know when you initially were like, just
Stanley
like, no, I'm
came
just
to a
gonna
set of
go
two
against
open
everything
doors.
he said?
He entered the door on his
Yeah.
left.
Just keep doing that.
Keep going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting
Yeah.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mm-hmm.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Okay,
here.
now stop.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Okay,
I
so
realize that investing
when
your
this
trust
thing
in someone else
lifts
can be
over
difficult,
that
but the fact
that like
is that the
catwalk
story has
over
been
there,
about nothing but
walk
you
off and land
all
on
this
that catwalk.
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stan.
Ah,
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I
Good
missed.
job, Stanley.
Well, I
Everyone
mean,
thinks
that
you
is
are
an
very
ending.
Powerful.
Yay. Let's try again. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need.
Okay, so basically
If I
do
can
that
make it through
again,
this door,
but
I can make it
instead
through
of
the wall.
walking forward like you did, walk off the side.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So you get a 2-for-1 ending this time around.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
Going that
wrong
way, I
foot
assume?
here. I'm not your
Yeah.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yep.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to
Nice.
happen to you?
Uh-huh.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really
just let
do
you take
want
it
to
from
help
here.
you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Psych!
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
No.
Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. Do you see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Yay.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically
Welcome to being
for
a
you?
dungeon master.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go.
Ah.
Third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
He's gonna be a dick.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations. You saw ways the game could be improved to fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's
Cool.
take a look.
Open the door. What?
2 seconds.
What the fuck? Bro, they're fucking roasting the shit out of me. Only the worst 3% shows the blue door. This is you. Okay, fuck you, buddy. I'm going to the door again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now
Just
we'll
gonna
get a
keep hitting
lovely
one.
opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Only
You
he's not
wouldn't
a
mind taking
dick.
a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Cool. You gonna roast me
In
again?
this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a
Oh?
very meaningful game, all about the desperation
Oh, you're not the
and
one that's gonna
tedium
get
of
roasted.
endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
Okay.
sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. You didn't do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me. If it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh,
Thank you.
hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What? What the fuck?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
I feel like I'm a hunting
Well, it
park
seems
ranger.
obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Oh my god, he is so
Yes,
salty.
that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And
Thank
it
you.
seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I still can't jump. Let me drink this real quick. I mean, don't do that, kids. What? Something about... Hey, I've got a wife in this game! Oh my god, you weren't a dick to me! Do, 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 do,
I think this is supposed to be Firewatch. I might be wrong.
I don't even know what this is, bro. I feel like I have to have a sniper rifle to start picking people off. Fortnite, quick 90s, bro. Oh my god, am I in Wailing Woods? Am I in Lone Lodge?
No, it can't be.
Do the floss.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God,
Yes.
quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
You sound like a control freak, good
thank
sir.
heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls.
There's a hole in the
Something
wall!
with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
No! Rocket League! Oh my god! I'm good at
This is
this!
exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
It's Rocket League.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
Now this
There are
is
lots of
game
cars here in the
design.
back, but obviously
It's
there's
Rocket
no
League.
racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
What?
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay. I run so fast now. Ah, save it. Save the ball. No!
Are you doing it? Hold on. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will
Cat.
you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
You won't bet. Loser. Loser. I can do what I want.
I'll shatter my ankles with or without you.
There's so many options here. I can do what I want. I can go anywhere. Oh, well, apparently not there.
This looks like a level in Manhunt.
Watch me just open a door. It's just the back rooms.
This game is very backrooms as fuck.
I see the light. Oh, hello. Apparently shaking my ass doesn't always get me what I want. Something my mom taught me.
It doesn't work if there's no people around.
Hey, look, it's my office. But below. What?
What do I do? Is that the purpose of this? Is because he's not here, I can't do anything?
No, there's something here. I mean, not in this room, maybe, but there's a...
What the flick?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I ain't coming back, bro. Oh, okay. I guess that was an ending.
Co-workers were... Wait.
Yeah.
No. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Alright, there's one more that's a little tricky, but stay in this room.
In this
wait.
one?
No. So, no, the room that, like, you, like, straight out of your office. Okay, so the windows that are in that office, you can actually use like the chairs and the desks to like glitch your way out the window.
How?
It's tricky. Actually, if you let me share play, I might be able to do it.
Invite to game, share screen, send message. Where's share play?
It's the symbol as two controllers on it.
I don't have that symbol.
Really? It's in the party section, like on the options it says invite players, share screen.
Okay, hold up. You. There it is. You. Play your games together with the visitor, or a visitor can try out your games or help you through. You can play as me. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I can see that the desk right there is kind of in the windowsill right there, but it's like, I don't know how I would get. Maybe that's why I have two.
Okay. I just gotta remember how to do it.
So, X is the interact button, and then the left bumper and trigger are the crouch buttons.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it was, I'm pretty sure it was these windows.
The only computer on is one behind you.
I almost did it. Yep, see? Right there. Yep.
Hey!
Right, and boom.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
It's very
Okay,
white.
I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
No.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Yes, it
Clearly,
would.
this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yay.
Well,
Oh, I can't control anymore.
so begin the game again, I guess.
Yep.
I think that's it.
And then you go do it and go press yes. Or
Yeah.
give it to me and I'll try to do it this time.
Or I could do that, I guess. How do I swap it over to you again?
I would assume you just hit the center button and then you would go to the party thing and then just cancel the... Yeah, I can just change play mode. You can be visitor now.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after.
Okay, yeah, so
Stanley
you just
hoped that
gotta
he would one day
wiggle
see
your way.
weather.
Yep, there you go. Then use the computer. Yep, and then crouch through the window.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. Or just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Controls out of my hand, motherfucker.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
What?
Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Good song.
Is it just
Good
gonna play
lyrics.
on a loop now?
Don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just playing on a loop. It's not a bad song.
Yeah, it's looping now. I'm curious.
Just a step through
You got me into the
this door,
rabbit
Stanley
hole
thought to
now.
himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not.
Oh,
the
you're gonna
correct
go
way
through
to meeting
the
room,
blue door
and
like he
Stanley
wanted
knew
you
it
to?
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded. Butterflies.
But yeah, do you see what I mean about this game though? It's just like it's kind of cool. It's sort of its own thing, you know?
Yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
Not
really,
again.
I'm not.
Do a flip.
Investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Is it a brain hemorrhage?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What are you doing to me? I'm being diddled. I mean,
The narrator's diddling me. I don't appreciate it. This wasn't in the script.
I'm walking. There we are.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
I don't give a fuck about your happiness.
Oh, I remember this now.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no,
yeah, shield
Stanley,
your
let me
virgin
stay
eyes,
here.
children.
Don't take this from me.
Okay.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I don't want to do that. I wonder what'll happen if I go back in the room instead of taking the stairs.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
So what happens if I stay here, bro? Is this an ending? I just sit here forever?
Yeah, until you reset the game or you kill yourself.
Well, I'm gonna do just that.
No! What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
What did we
You heard me
achieve?
before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
I'm not gonna die. I'm invincible until proven otherwise. God can't hurt me until I hurt me first, so bitch!
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
See? God couldn't hurt me the first time. Yay!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
I am so close to dead. I'm moving so slowly.
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know
this is actually kind of cool.
You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
That is really pretty. This would be a great, like, back screen for my PlayStation. I'm gonna take a picture of this, actually.
Yeah, this place is real pretty.
No.
Well, I'll have to kill myself.
Yeah. With my old man hips and my old man knees.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
Yeah.
You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yeah.
You're literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yeah.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Uh-huh.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
Straight up, that's the reason why I did it.
But I guess that was too much to ask.
Bro, you trying to guilt trip the shit out of me?
Make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Bro, this actually kind of made my heart hurt, not gonna lie.
I know. This one is actually kind of sad.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going
Except
back.
I won't. It would have been a crazy ending if I never restarted right there.
Right.
All of his co-workers.
I will encourage you to go back and to
the meeting room.
the new expanded content.
Okay.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Usually when you say you have something exciting to show me, it's probably gonna kill me. Memory lane made me want to go to sleep, so better be something better than that. The jumping one made my day.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly
that was the highlight of this session so far, is the ability to jump.
I got to jump 36 times. I was happy, bro.
And any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
What the
Which is
fuck?
why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
2. Sequels are worse than freaking deluxes.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Whatever you say, guy. I don't even know your name, bro.
Okay, Mr. Narrator, sir.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Better have jumping, you bitch. The name button? I want to hear my name. Fat homing pigeon.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Click button. Where's button? Is the button? Oh, it's over here. Button.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath. Clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
My name's
I want
Jim.
you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
The moment it lets
Imagine,
me.
all right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. You happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no.
Jim.
Instead,
Jim.
oh,
Jim.
I can't
Jim.
even think
Jim.
about it. I'm
Jim.
taking the Jim button away.
Jim. Jim.
No.
Jim. Jim.
Oh, I like the Jim button. but the Jim button, I miss Jim.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Red is the new orange. The new, updated, ray-traced, more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the something. New features, new content, new ideas. Baloney. The button that says the name of the player. Jump! Jump circle, motherfucker. Where is it? Give it to me.
I think you walked past it. Is it over there? No.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I'm gonna get a free trophy, because why the frick not? Pull the lever, receive your trophy. That's gonna close, isn't it?
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You lied to me.
You made the sign before the machine was even fixed, you asshole.
What else? What other
Jumps.
films haven't we seen yet?
The jump. Oh, I don't have jump.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
You jerk. He stole my jump ability from me. He's a jerk. Oh, it's lights. I thought it was like a window. I could just go out it.
No.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Oh, yeah?
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games, as you see. Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum.
I'm running the edges here. Something tells me this is not an infinite hole.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it
We're going
infinite?
to China, boys.
Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
How am I alive?
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
True.
What normal person
Facts.
actually wants to fall infinitely?
Me?
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I say no. We call it the very deep hole, because I just went balls deep and hit the bottom.
It
Bitch.
puts the lotion on its skin.
Great. Now, I'm very excited. Oh, for heaven. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
Oh yeah, I love
A normal
holes.
person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even
Yes,
shorter to
it
you this
did,
time?
buddy.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to
Hey,
call
boss
the
man,
hole
this well is pretty
infinitely
dry.
deep, even by
Valid.
man's overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
Yeah, I'm edging it.
Who
I
am
mean,
I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean...
I
don't
need
have
some
an
hot
explanation.
water
It was working
and some
just a
hot
moment
bitches
ago. Try it
in
again.
this empty pool right now.
Facts.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
I swear if you say reset.
Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be
Yay.
with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Bye,
Oh, he just-
Nigerian. Am I stuck?
Nigerian.
Am I stuck? What the? Are you gonna eat me? I mean... Go for it. Do it. Going out twerking, buddy. I guess I just have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, there was more stuff in that museum, but yeah, you could just go back and dick around in there anytime you want.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He
Oh,
hoped it
new
was.
one.
He
Oh,
hoped
wait,
very
turn back.
much that it was.
I think to the right. Over there. No, oh, no, never mind. Not yet.
More
Yeah,
of the
just-
screens are on.
That's definitely new.
Didn't he say that fern was important?
At one point, yeah.
Where was that fern?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I can glitch. Hold up. Can I go out this window?
I'm not sure.
I started like glitching over here in this corner.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
I'm curious
on
to
his
see
left.
what happens if I don't go through the red door the first time. If he has the second option for me.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've got.
You mean like if you disobey him the first time, but then go through the right door
I realize that
again?
investing in your trust in someone else
Okay.
can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
I mean, I
all
get
this
3
time.
chances. So it's
There's
like,
someone you've
if I
been
just wait,
neglecting,
and then
Stanley.
go.
Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Uh-huh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Uh-huh. Except
You know
you're
what?
a
I just
bitch.
Yeah. I just realized I'm colorblind.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door? This one?
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Okay, so now go
Stanley
through the red
walked
door.
through the red. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Oh, it's just the same thing.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's the
Don't you
same
see
one.
that it's killing us, Stanley?
There was another.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why are you glowing?
Actually, if you turn around real quick, I think there's a trophy for if you touch one of the doorknobs of the office. Well, I meant, one of the numbered doors. I think it was, yeah, it's a trophy. I don't remember which door it is.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
So let me see if I can look it up real quick.
Hey, 420. Anyway. I just keep touching all the doorknobs. Fahrenheit 451, I mean...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let me see if I can find what that trophy is.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section.
I never
walked
went
straight
forward
ahead to
past
the
this.
opposite door and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in this office. Other than the PowerPoint going on.
I remember this.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
And then you can just sit here and wait.
There was nothing here. No choice to make.
Yeah, it's not
no path
an
to
ending,
follow,
but
just
it's just
an
the
empty
thing.
broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Your
He
mom's
wasn't
in
even
my
doing
broom
anything.
closet.
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
There is
As
something.
it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Whoa, chill.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Maybe I want to be a janitor, man.
Stanley walked past the broom closet. At least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own...
Au contraire, narrator.
Maybe when you go talk
Broom
to
closet
friend,
in a
you'll say,
game.
"Oh,
10 out of 10.
did you
Best
get
game.
The broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He
Yo,
probably only got the
chill!
job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh my
Now,
gosh!
drug money.
Oh,
Also,
what the
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Bruh, chill.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system, and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you, too, I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No! No! The basement is the crazy man death, so I guess I'm going up the stairs. No, there's no more doors down there. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Is there anything else in here? There's got to be a reason why it let me open the door.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Boo, mirror doesn't work.
Valid. Yo, I can use the elevator? I'm gonna go up. I didn't even know this was possible. This is what happens when I just dick around and touch things. God, that sounds
right.
wrong. It's either this happens or federal crimes happen.
Yeah. I love copyright-free elevator music.
Wait, seriously?
The elevator goes nowhere.
Listen. That's my controller vibrating. Okay, let's try going down. No! It does nothing, bro. Oh my gosh! Business strategy? What
I know that there's saucy pics in the secretary's desk.
You seen that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Here's the door.
I'm not sure if that's actually part of the game or if it's a glitch.
I typed it anyway. Break you, buddy. So what am I supposed to do? Oh. Oh, there's nothing back there. It's just a crevice. Couldn't the other elevator take me down here? This one doesn't even have music. Gonna talk.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna let myself get crushed.
Although this passageway had the word
Yeah.
escape written on it,
Yeah,
the truth
I wanna
was
see how that
at
one
the
works.
end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Uh-huh. I meet my death teabagging my
The
way
door
through.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Turn around? Okay.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk
No,
forward
I don't face my
and
death.
willingly
I shake
confront
my
his
ass
death.
at it.
Valid. I'm not walking forward towards my death. I'm going backwards. And I'm twerking my jiggles on it. Bye.
Watch it throw you in that cage backwards so you can't see.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned,
I want to know how I get over there.
willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Kachanka. Kachiga, Kachiga.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game back in his office as alive as ever.
Mama.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was
you
already
just gotta
dead
walk out of
from
here.
the moment he hit start?
Warzone?
Oh yeah,
Battlefield
this game,
fighting aliens?
yeah, this game was initially supposed to be like a fucking open world fighting game, but they turned it into Stanley Parable instead.
Oh, this would have been dope though. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what is your message for today? The skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Oh my god! A question brought forth by the intense passion of my soul and my Stanley. Are you spying on me? I don't. Something. Why? How? Will the game feature capybaras? Oh my gosh. Where is the exit? There it is.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I will say, I think getting crushed is probably a good way to end this.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat
No, I can't die like this. I was supposed to leave this world the way I entered it, butt-ass naked in the shower.
Facts. True choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Yay. Hello? You saved me before, why didn't you save me again, woman? Phone? I has a red dot on my phone now.
Well, yeah, that's the Stanley Parable. You've been through a bunch of the different endings, but yeah, once you go through that little museum bit on the extended parts of it, you unlock more features and more endings. But yeah, it's just a fun little game that I played when it came out. I thought it was kind of unique.
I will say I do enjoy it. It was fun. I was terrified of it for a second, but like, I mean, it was a good game.
Yeah. It's just a kind of a fun game to just. Well, I mean, like the narrator says, like this game is kind of artsy. You know, it's like I don't really know what to describe this game as. It's just kind of an experience more than it is like a video game. But I think it's cool.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but hopefully, do this again. Maybe that was Stanley Parable because you pretty much went through most of it. But something in the near future, we stream something else. Again, like I mentioned previously, I would love to stream Mass Effect with you and have you do all the decisions. Because I think that would end up fucking fantastic.
I have a feeling I would mess the game up so bad.
Which is exactly why we need to do it. But I mean, I have it downloaded on my PS4. I just gotta, link up my profiles and get streaming figured out and all that shit.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for having me, man. And I'm glad that you ended up liking this game. It seemed like you were kind of iffy about it at first, but it seemed like you came around to it at the end.
He had never been trained for that. No.
Is this an ending where I just stay in my
This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hey, I got another ending. I just closed my office door and stayed inside.
Even the game was just like, nah, it's just nah. But anyway, man, I'm hopping off. I'm going to bed. I had fun watching you play this. But yeah, I'll definitely hit you up in the future so we can plan to do something else like this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good night, man. Or good morning, technically, I guess. But yeah, I'll catch you around. Peace out, whoever's watching this.
Yeah, you have a good night, my guy. Thank you all for watching. I think I'm going to end it here. I'm just going to poke around and, see some things. Might post some videos later on if I find anything of interest. But, yeah, thank you all. Thanks for spending the time to watch me if you guys were watching. And you guys have a good night.